Cravings, they hit at the worst times, don't they? Whether it's the sudden urge for something sweet, salty, or just comforting, it can feel like your body takes over, and no amount of willpower can stop it. You've probably tried to fight cravings with sheer determination, but we all know that doesn't always work. What if I told you that you don't have to rely on willpower to beat cravings? In fact, fighting cravings with willpower is often a losing battle. Stick with me, because I'm going to show you how to tackle cravings in a way that doesn't require constant struggle or self-control. Cravings aren't just about weakness. They're actually a survival mechanism hardwired into our biology. Let's break it down. Cravings are signals from your body that are trying to tell you something. They could be related to nutritional deficiencies or emotional needs. When you crave something sweet or salty, for example, your body may be signaling a need for energy or minerals like sodium. But most often, cravings are driven by the brain's reward system. Your brain has a powerful mechanism to motivate certain behaviors, and food is one of them. Every time you eat something that brings you comfort, like chocolate or chips, your brain rewards you by releasing dopamine. Dopamine is the feel-good chemical that makes us feel pleasure, and it reinforces the behaviors that led to that pleasure. This is why food can become addictive. The more you eat those comfort foods, the stronger the connection in your brain becomes between eating them and feeling good. But there's more to it. While you might have an emotional attachment to certain foods, like enjoying chocolate when you're stressed or binge watching TV with chips, your body can become conditioned to crave those foods. This pattern of emotional eating further fuels the cycle of cravings. In this sense, cravings can become emotional triggers, leading you to turn to food as a way to handle your feelings. The biggest misconception people have about cravings is that they're purely about hunger. In reality, cravings are often a mix of emotional responses and physiological needs. So the next time you're experiencing a craving, ask yourself, is this a real need for food, or is it a response to an emotion or situation? It's important to recognize that cravings are often about more than just hunger. They're deeply tied to your emotional state, environment, and habits. Understanding this gives you the power to take control and stop fighting cravings with willpower alone. Cravings don't always come from your body's nutritional needs. They are often triggered by external factors in your environment. If you've ever found yourself craving a snack when you're bored or stressed, you've experienced an emotional trigger. Cravings can also be caused by visual or sensory cues. Think about how a commercial for a fast food restaurant or the sight of a candy bar at the checkout can cause an immediate desire to eat. Your environment can also play a major role in the foods you crave. If you're in a place where unhealthy snacks are constantly within reach, like your kitchen, office, or car, it's much harder to resist the temptation. Studies show that the closer you are to unhealthy food, the more likely you are to give in to cravings. This is why it's essential to change your surroundings if you want to beat cravings. By removing tempting foods from your home or office, you reduce the chances of giving in to that urge. It's not just about food being physically present, though. It's about the power of cues. For example, if you always have a snack while watching TV, your brain starts to associate watching TV with eating. This leads to cravings whenever you sit down in front of the screen, regardless of whether you're hungry or not. Breaking this automatic behavior is a key step in taking control of your cravings. And of course, your emotional state plays a huge role. Stress, sadness, and even happiness can all lead to cravings. When you're stressed, your body may crave comfort foods to soothe the emotions you're experiencing. This emotional eating is something many people struggle with, and it can feel like a cycle that's difficult to break. The good news is that once you recognize the role your environment and emotional triggers play in your cravings, you can start taking proactive steps to change them. For instance, if you know that boredom triggers your cravings, you can find healthier ways to pass the time, like going for a walk, reading a book, or engaging in a hobby that keeps your mind occupied. For example, let's say you're sitting at your desk and a wave of stress hits. Your first instinct might be to reach for a bag of chips or chocolate to help you cope with that tension. Instead of acting on that urge, step away from your desk, take a few deep breaths, and refocus your mind. If your environment is filled with unhealthy snack options, you're far more likely to give in. But by making a conscious decision to change your environment, like keeping healthy snacks nearby or even taking a short walk around the block, you're giving yourself a better chance of resisting those cravings. If you're enjoying these insights, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more tips on how to break free from cravings and develop healthier habits. Your support really helps. One of the most effective tools for dealing with cravings is distraction. Cravings often come in waves, and if you can find a way to ride out those waves without giving in, they will eventually subside. The key is to focus your attention on something else for a short time. The craving might feel intense, but it will typically fade away if you can distract yourself for just a few minutes. When a craving strikes, instead of focusing on it, shift your attention to something else. Drink a glass of water, chew sugar-free gum, or take a walk. These simple actions can interrupt the craving cycle and give you the space you need to make a healthier decision. Even something as simple as engaging in deep breathing or doing a quick mindfulness exercise can help to reframe the craving in your mind. By focusing on your breath or doing a quick body scan, you shift the focus away from the desire for food and ground yourself in the present moment. Distraction techniques don't have to be complicated. In fact, the simpler the better. Try keeping a list of activities you can do when cravings hit, like stretching, reading a chapter of a book, or calling a friend. It's all about taking the power away from the craving and putting it into your hands. Another powerful distraction technique is engaging in a hobby or activity that fully captures your attention. Hobbies like painting, knitting, gardening, or playing a musical instrument can be incredibly effective because they require focus and concentration, which takes your mind off of food. When you're distracted, your brain is less likely to keep sending signals about that food you're craving. Over time, these distractions will help you build new patterns that are not reliant on food to manage your emotions or boredom. When cravings hit, instead of resisting them entirely, try replacing unhealthy foods with healthier alternatives. It's not about depriving yourself of pleasure. It's about finding ways to satisfy the craving without sabotaging your health. For example, if you crave something sweet, replace candy or cake with fresh fruit. Fruit contains natural sugars, so it can satisfy your sweet tooth, but it also offers fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that are beneficial for your body. If you're craving something salty or crunchy, try switching to a handful of almonds or a small bowl of air-popped popcorn. These alternatives are filling and satisfying, but won't derail your health goals. The key to successfully replacing unhealthy cravings is to make sure your healthier alternatives are enjoyable too. Find snacks that you genuinely enjoy so you don't feel deprived. Over time, your brain will start associating these healthier options with pleasure, reducing the power of unhealthy cravings. Another helpful strategy is meal prepping. When you have healthy, ready-to-eat snacks and meals on hand, it's much easier to make the right choices when cravings arise. You're less likely to reach for unhealthy options if you have a delicious, nutritious meal already prepared and available. If you find that certain cravings are triggered by specific situations, like always reaching for something unhealthy after work, meal prepping can offer a simple solution. Planning ahead and having healthy options ready ensures you're not caught off guard and making impulsive decisions when hunger strikes. Beating cravings doesn't require willpower. By understanding cravings, recognizing triggers, using distraction techniques, and replacing unhealthy foods, you can regain control. Cravings are natural, but with the right tools, you can make healthier choices without feeling deprived. Start small, track your cravings, and replace unhealthy habits. If this video helped, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support means a lot. Thanks for watching.